Hey everyone, what's going on? This is Raelo,
And sashimi.
and we are here to talk about a series that's very near and dear to my heart, Suikoden. Well, not quite all about this series, but for those of you who are old Konami fans and fans of Suikoden all the way back from the PlayStation 1, while Konami has kind of made it a little bit hard for us to be hopeful for the series, a little bit of hope has shown up recently in a new Kickstarter by the original developers of Suikoden 1, 2, and 4. And let's go ahead and dig into that. So this is a Kickstarter by this what is their name? I think it's
Rabbit and Berry, I think.
Rabbit and Bear Studios. Here we go. Sorry, I should have looked that up before. So Rabbit and Bear Studios is a brand new studio that just started out, and they got all of the important folks from the Suikoden series, the art directors, character designers, music composers, and like I said, the original directors, and they are coming out with the spiritual successor, Eiyuden Chronicle Hundred Heroes. So let's talk about this Kickstarter and why you guys might want to get invested. If you go to their Kickstarter, which we have linked in the description, they've got plenty of information here. First off, they'll have the about, tell you what their actual characters in the RPG is going to be like.
The art is super awesome.
The art is very awesome. This is anyone who's a fan of the old Suikoden series, it will immediately recognize this art. Like, I saw it on Twitter and I flipped out because I was like, what, Suikoden? And then it turned out it wasn't, but it was the next best thing. So while it seems like, unfortunately, the Suikoden series might be absent for quite a while, we definitely have the folks who made the originals coming back to bring us. I mean, as long as the creative talent's there, then I think we've got a lot to look forward to, right?
I should think so.
So if you guys are like me and you like to read character profiles, they actually have character profiles here on the main page. We got a few of the main characters, the ones who get this started. What's his favorite food? Poached egg.
Well, he knows what's up.
Our boy Sign Kessling, certainly likes his protein. Marisa, herbed chicken.
I wonder if she'd like harissa chicken.
Is that a thing, Marissa chicken?
I think so. I think it's a spice.
Chicken Marissa?
Not
well,
harissa.
It's not herbal chicken. It's herbed, freshly herbed. Leon, who is our martial artist, she likes her food super spicy ramen. Now, one of the biggest things about old RPGs that I've noticed that they've really been getting away from is beastmen. I used to love the diversity in older RPGs, especially with monster characters. And Gar here gives me a lot of hope to get back to the old days of like Breath of Fire, Suikoden, and a few of the others. We actually have some monstrous characters.
He likes pancakes and whipped cream. That sounds amazing.
He's a wolf that likes pancakes, and he's a mercenary and clan of mercenaries.
Duck soup.
Melwood here likes duck. Oh yeah, duck soup.
That sounds delicious.
Mio, our samurai lady.
Can't say I've ever had bamboo wrapped salsa dumplings. But dumplings are usually good.
So if you're looking for gameplay, they've actually got quite a few videos here, such as a few small exploration videos. Those of you who are actually interested or who are fans of
Octopath Traveler or
yeah,
it's like that kind of style.
It definitely looks a lot like Bravely Default and Octopath. The combat especially, I think, is going to be it's going to resemble more like the Bravely Default.
And the lighting and camera angles in the boss fights seem like they're pretty cool.
Oh, definitely. Very dynamic in the boss fights. We'll be taking a look at that in just a second.
Nice colorful environments.
They got some good concept. Here's a little clip of just what the battle animation's going to like. Look at the sprites. They're gorgeous. As you notice here, there's a little bitty kitty on the side. So if you guys are looking for just a little bit of a snippet of what the battles are going to look like, here's one of the... It's like a few seconds of the boss fight. We will stress all this is very, very early. They just got the Kickstarter started today. But from what I'm seeing, it looks really, really impressive.
I like the spook face.
They seem to really be onto something with the cats in this game. So as you can see, all the characters here are actually in different spots. They're not all perfectly lined up, so there's a lot of dynamic positioning going on, and the camera is really, really cool, like you said. It reminds me almost of Saga Frontier as far as the way the camera moves in and out and pans around.
I love that art. Look at that dragon on the left.
I like the Cerberus on the right. I mean, they've got so the Suikoden series has always had a huge amount of character depth as well as monster depth and interesting monster design. So I look forward to all the different monsters we're going to see here. So then they go on to talk about recruitment. Recruitment, this is actually going to be a game that's a story about pretty much a rags to riches kind of deal. You're going to start off small as 1 or 2 characters, and you're going to get out there and recruit up to and over 100 different NPCs and PCs that you can play with. Traditionally, the Suikoden series would let you play with like 80, 90 of them, and then there would be a few that wouldn't actually do anything for your party because they would do things for your fortress. Which is the focus of the game, is rebuilding the fortress town. Now, Suikoden did this back when games having building mechanics and like, you know, actually getting into it and developing like a town or different aspects of the game from the ground up. You know, you would recruit someone in most games and it wouldn't really change much outside of the way your party worked. Suikoden, you actually recruit someone, you go back to your base, and they've added like a stall or a floor, or I remember you would actually hire the dude to get your hot tub going or your hot springs going, and then you could take baths for buffs.
I hope they bring that back. I can always get behind a game with hot springs.
Definitely. And honestly, Suikoden did some of the hot springs and the baths really, really well. It always felt so cozy with those, and they always had this thing. There was always like an ongoing joke with Suikoden of staying in there too long and coming out spicy. So, it says here players will be able to customize the fortress town. You'll be able to build sturdy castle walls to protect from enemy invasions, expand military development and equipment to recruit more troops, cultivate fields for farming, and create specialty products to trade in order to develop businesses such as blacksmith, builders, souvenir shop, and restaurants. For those who played the previous Suikoden games, you will be all too familiar with the trading system. It was always very elaborate. It always was a big deal with the game. If you wanted to make money, you needed to buy low in some towns and sell high in other towns. It was almost like playing the stock market. I think it went a long way for the immersion. Cats.
Yes.
This is what every Kickstarter page needs if they want to get backers. So cats are apparently going to be a big deal. It says right here, Eiyuden Chronicles isn't just a classic style RPG. It's also full of adorable cats. Cats as far as the eye can see. Cats meowing, cats napping, cats exploring the world. Cats. Meow. So that's definitely the feature that I'm most excited about now. So we've got a ton of cats coming up, and it's actually a part of the rewards, which we're going to talk about here in just a few minutes. So let's talk about the game's music. Some of you guys...
My boy, Toy Sakuraba, he did Eternal Sonata, and Dark Souls 2 and 3, and Star Ocean, and that stuff up there, Tales, all the good stuff.
Yeah, some of you guys might know some of Matoe Sakuraba's work.
I'm sure somebody's played something.
This one excites me right here. Michiko Naruke did Wild Arms 1 through 4. If any of you guys play Wild Arms games, they had fantastic music. Loved their music. I can't say I'm familiar with Procyon Studio or Procyon. Said they did Mariam Abanasser, so that right there actually says that it's a possible composer, so I think that's going to be based on how much support they're getting, which is pretty good so far, so I think we're pretty likely to get that. They want to celebrate the JRPG, get back to the old school stuff, and by doing that, you can see they're definitely working toward that with some of the sprites they've got going here. Some of the battle system they've shown so far has been impressive, considering they haven't even gotten any funding before today on it. So, 100 characters, yes. While 100 characters might seem very intimidating, the Suikoden series did, many games, and all of them had over 100 characters to recruit, the 108 Stars of Destiny, and they did really well. They integrated many of them, most of them, into the story very well. All the characters seem to have weight to them, especially the ones that played in your party or ran big stuff at the bases. So trust me, 100 characters grants a lot of diversity to the cast and crew of the game, which is a really big deal for me. They talk on the community. They've got, look at all these cats. Look at this cat and all of his mandrake buddies.
Look at all these chickens.
For DLC, okay, so let's get into why you guys should back this game. So, all DLC for backers is going to be free. The DLC does have to be unlocked via stretch goals. So, the more money they make toward the project, the more stuff we're going to get in the end. So backer-specific DLC is going to include the rare golden-haired cat. There's going to be unique backer buildings. There's also a couple to be announced stretch goal DLCs. They say they don't want to exclude anyone from enjoying this content, so they are probably going to have a paid DLC or something of that sort, so people who didn't back it can get it later on. They go on to talk about crowdfunding realities and everything. You guys can come and read this if you like. So let's talk about rebuilding the town. On the town, you pretty much start off with a small area. One of the best things about Suikoden is you start off really tiny. There's like nothing there. And then as you go and you recruit, it just slowly grows up from nothing. There's going to be tiers for the construction of different parts of the town. This is also going to be based on the publishing, like how much how much, I don't know, popularity it gets on like Twitter and such. So read into this, and if you guys are interested, help them out on Twitter and other social media. So stretch goals, as of this video, they've already hit the 500,000, the 750,000, which is going to be the journey begins, minimum goal reached. Good place, which is Fortress Town mode, 1 million, which they just hit right before we did this video. It's going to be consoles. They're going to be moving the game to consoles. 1.25 mil. They're going to have the culinary skills abound, which is a cooking minigame. If you guys played Suikoden 2, cooking minigame is really fun from these guys. They did an awesome job with it. So we want that. At 1.5 mil, another chance is going to get us New Game Plus. And it seems to end there, but I don't know. This banner is really long, so I'm thinking they're going to add stuff. Let's hope they do. For rewards, I'll let you guys look at all that through the website. There's a ton of them. I know all this looks really confusing. There's tons of different editions and lots of different stuff that you can get with each of them. So go onto their site and take a look at what you want to pledge. There's going to be different rewards if you have the painter, the blacksmith, or the curator. That's just kind of different sets. You get different stuff, such as sticker set poster, 1/16 replica weapon, and acrylic standee. You can get digital copies, you can get physical copies of the game, beta access for those of you who are wanting to cover this game, you other content creators along with us. You guys definitely should get your foot in the door as far as content, or as far as pledges, because if you're wanting to make any content for the game, the best way to get the early access is going to be through backing them. They're going to have, for physical rewards, this sigil button here is going to be one of the physical rewards, music CD, t-shirt, vinyl soundtrack. These have actually been getting really popular on a lot of physical editions lately. Soft cover art book. I know that's a big one for you. Sasha loves her art. I love it too. There will be 12-inch resin figures. These are in there. They're 1/6 scale figures, which is actually really huge. It's about 1 foot tall. They do have 2 mock-ups for the 2 main characters here. and Sign and Noah, but Marisa so far hasn't been completed on her prototyping yet, but I'm sure they'll announce that soon. Job reward sets are just what we're talking about, the stickers, the weapon, and the acrylic diorama. There's going to be personalized rewards such as a replica shield. There's no picture just yet, but it says here that it's an actual shield made out of resin, so you can safely cosplay at conventions. They do not recommend self-defense with this, though. But you might be able to keep, maybe a creepy photographer off you or something. Signed team poster. You can get the poster signed by a team. Certain tiers are going to be able to actually visit the team, so you can talk with the team. Nice little meet and greet. Premium rewards. Your name in the game as a soldier. So you guys, if you want to be a soldier, this is the big one right here. What games have it to where you can put your cat in the game? Please, if you know other games, put them down in the comments. I might go back those games too. You can put your non-pet cat in the game. So if you got a little pooch, some lizards, scaly friends, feathery friends, throw them in the game. Name a location in the world. So you can name your location. It says here, try to think of something cool. Create an enemy. I like how they have this little, this really cute drawing here, and then the line work, and boom, it's like, whoa, that thing looks like it should be in Ghost of Tsushima or something. You can become an NPC in the game. Any of these people, any of them, could be you. From there, they go on to, plead their case as far as why you want to go Kickstarter, why they've used it. They go over the actual staff, what they've done, their histories, and they are even backed by the amazing Koji Igarashi. You guys might know this gentleman. This mad lad is the creator of the Castlevania series. Well, he pretty much is Castlevania. So, if you guys have been playing any of his or his most recent game, I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but I actually played it.
I'm trying to think.
I can't think of it at the moment either. But anyway, it is unfortunately sad to see all these amazing talents coming out of Konami and having to pretty much rely on the gamer base to get their funding, so their amazing creations can be created. But guys, just because Suikoden may not be coming out anymore, doesn't mean that the people who created it don't love the series. And as we saw with the spiritual successor of Castlevania, we all know that these games could be amazing. So guys, get out there, please support them, please drop a pledge, go out, back this project. The link will be down in the description, and let's get this project going. I want to see this game come out. I want to be able to feel all the feels that Suikoden gave me over the years. Get back to basics when it comes to JRPGs, and I think this is a really good step toward that. So, guys, hope this helped you out. Hope you will go out there and show them your love. And speaking of love, we love you guys. Remember, as far as likes, subs, all that stuff, that's up to you. What we do ask for around here, though, is if it's within your means, consider adopting or rescuing an animal. ASPCA.org, petfinder.com. You can also Google your local animal rescue and adoption options. If you can't bring an animal home with you, there's other ways you can help out those animals in need.
You can also go volunteer and still spend time with the guys, or you can donate money, old blankets, clothes, sheets, office supplies, all kinds of stuff. Google your local shelters, see what they need. You probably got something they could use.
Yep, so if you got love to show, love to give, there's plenty of ways to show it, plenty of ways to give it. And speaking of love, we love you guys. Remember, buy your fun, not your fam. Adopt, don't shop. And we will see you next time. Let's make Eiyuden Chronicles happen, guys.